Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fallacious Truth here. I've got another story here that's been circulating Facebook for quite some time. There have actually been several stories on the same subject, but I was originally going to try to avoid this simply because I know I'm going to get heated just talking about it. But reading some of these comments from these women, it's painfully obvious to see just how willfully ignorant and ultimately brainwashed they are as far as child support, parenting, and what they think they are entitled to. Some of you out there who listen to this, you're going to know exactly what I mean, and some of you aren't going to know anything at all about this. And hopefully I might be able to give you a different perspective once this is all said and done. So please sit back and enjoy here. Wouldn't it be nice if your husband bought you a plane ticket to visit your grandmother in Italy? Wow. It starts right off with the husband buying shit for the wife. Of course. But wouldn't it be pretty awful if he expected you to bring your child with you while he stays at home? One man recently shared his story on Reddit's popular Am I the Asshole forum. He bought his wife a plane ticket to Italy for her birthday so she could go on a vacation to see her grandma. However, he also bought a plane ticket for his 4-year-old daughter, even though his wife is a stay-at-home mom and watches her all day, every day. His wife really wants to get a break, not spend her trip getting home in time for someone's daughter's bedtime, and making sure there's food that she can eat. She wants to go alone and really get to enjoy that time. But Dad says if their daughter stays home, he'd have to babysit for her and take off for the whole week. Alright, so the story starts off like this. So I bought my wife 2 tickets to visit her grandma in Italy next week. The other ticket was for our daughter, since I assumed she'd be taking her. She says she wants a break from kids on her vacation, he writes in the post. I told her that's unfortunate since there's no way that our daughter cannot go if she goes, he continues, because I have work and I don't want to take off time to babysit our daughter for an entire week. He goes on to say that he even suggested that they have someone else watch her, adding, but we don't know anyone who lives close by that's willing to watch her. I love my daughter, but I don't want to take off time for a week to babysit her, he concluded. Alright, so there's a couple places we can go with this. We can go with what's actually shown here in the story, or we can take this a step further and we can start discussing the inequities in the family court system. You know what, why don't we do both? Let's see if we can get both in here, and if we can't, we'll make it into a 2-parter. Alright, so the long and the short of this story is, we have a father that bought 2 plane tickets, one for his wife and one for his daughter. Apparently, the mother is a stay-at-home mother, which is not something very difficult to do, folks. And the father is apparently a hard-working man, probably on salaried, and doesn't have a normal 8-hour day. And you know, if he is salaried, chances are he's working more than 40 hours a work week. So anyhow, apparently the husband wanted to do something nice and buy the wife a plane ticket to see her family in Italy. I believe it was her grandmother. And apparently the issue comes in when the daughter would have to go along with the mother as well to see extended family that, you know, the daughter has probably never seen before, that the extended family would be absolutely thrilled to see. First and foremost, the one mistake here that the OP made is using the word babysit in reference to his child. That word comes with all kinds of negative connotations, and quite honestly, that is the one mistake he made here. He should have never said that publicly, because that word implies a separate set of characteristics that can, and very clearly, I mean, if you look at the vitriol in these comments, it's unbelievable. But anyhow, it's a word that carries these negative connotations that women all over, especially in these responses here, are assuming to be true that very clearly aren't. And you know what? Now that I think about this, there's an extreme irony here. The father can't look after the child for the week that she's away, that she would be away, because he has to work to provide for his family. She simply wants and gets an all-expense paid vacation to her extended family in Italy. There's a difference in the interruptions here. You see, for him, it would interrupt his ability to take care of his family if the daughter stayed. If the daughter went with the mother, it would only interrupt her ability to quote-unquote vacation there, as she apparently specifically said. 2 very different circumstances of interruption here. The thing is, the guy, the OP, made the foolish mistake of using, again, the word babysit. He said, and I quote, that he would have to take off work to babysit his child. And that's where Facebook, Reddit users, and the internet as a whole went completely ballistic and off the rails at. You see, when you use the word babysit, it's automatically assumed that it's a position that you are taking where you don't truly want to look after your child or a child, but you expect to be compensated for it in the process, as you know, as what a normal babysitter would be. A normal babysitter is compensated and isn't a parent of the child. But when you use the word babysit, especially if, God forbid, you are a father and you use the word babysit, it's going to be looked at it as it's a chore or it's a disruption to you to watch your children. And clearly that's not what this guy meant here. He's used to his wife being a stay-at-home mother, and she is a stay-at-home mother so he can go out into the world and make the money so she can be a stay-at-home mother. That's the disconnect here. And that's what the ignorant, by and large, women of Reddit, of Facebook, of the internet who've read this, that's what they're associating with this, and they shouldn't be. So instead of looking at it this way, instead of looking at it as, this is a husband, this is a father who's trying to do something nice for his wife. He's trying to make it so her family in Italy and she can see them. The only caveat is, for this to work, for her to be able to see her family, she's going to have to take the child. She's going to have to take their daughter that they share. Beside the point, I'm sure the daughter would love to see her extended family, and I'm sure the extended family would be thrilled to see a granddaughter or a niece that they've never met before. But no, the internet is twisting this to say that the man doesn't want to look after his daughter while he is working to provide for his family so they can even go on a trip to Italy to see their extended family. The internet is flipping and freaking out that he isn't able to watch his daughter while his wife goes off in vacations all by herself. That's what the internet is going ballistic over. And that's why this is not being looked at the correct way. In reality, it's the mother who doesn't want to be bothered looking after or being with her 4-year-old daughter while she's on vacation. She's not going to be working in Italy. She's not doing anything strenuous in Italy. She's not doing anything to provide for the home, to provide for the family unit while she's in Italy. The child is simply going to be an inconvenience to her in Italy, an inconvenience to her being able to do whatever she damn well pleases there. That is the problem here. The problem isn't with the husband. The problem isn't with the father who is working his ass off to provide for the mother who is able to take on the extremely easy task of being a stay-at-home mother, thanks to the husband who's working at minimum 40 hours a week to provide for everything that they have, including this vacation that he's trying to give her, including this ability that he's trying to give her to see her family and his daughter to see her extended family. The only hiccup here is he isn't able to watch his own child and work at the same time. And he can't take off work because he's not going to get paid for the week that he's not working. This whole thing infuriates me. And you, the court of the internet, have the audacity to say that he is being a terrible father by being unwilling and unable to watch his daughter while he has to work, while his wife, the mother of the child, is going on vacation. Do you realize the level of freaking narcissism that you have to come to in order to come to that conclusion and publicly state it? Do you realize the level of self-absorption and of entitlement that you have to achieve to be able to say the father and the husband is in the wrong here? When the father is working to provide this for the family, when the husband is providing an all-expenses-paid vacation to his wife to go to Italy, of all places, to see her extended family, to see her family, and so the daughter will also be able to see her extended family. And once again, you, the internet, have the audacity to say that he's the one being selfish because he can't both work and watch his child at the same time. You're unbelievable! Alright, so now that I've taken a break and calmed down a little bit here, it's extremely rare that I get upset, let alone get upset publicly. So, with that being said, I'm simply going to end this here. And I'm going to put out a second portion of this that's going to cover just some of the inequities in the modern family court system, and how women have the privilege and the right to be assumed caregivers of children, and fathers essentially have to push, crawl, and beg for their rights for their children. So anyhow, that's all for today, folks. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and hope you join me again for part 2, which will probably be coming in about 12 hours here. So thank you much, and take care and enjoy your day.